Hey folks, this is Mr. MegaManFan. Like, share, comment, subscribe, you know all the things to do. To be honest, I'm somewhat emotionally overwhelmed by the actual arrival of this package. Somewhere between 3 to 4 months ago, when this was originally supposed to ship out, an entire distribution center stock was stolen before it ever made its way into the hands of customers. And if you don't know that story, there are plenty of videos about it, but this is the limited edition or launch edition or whatever you want to call it of the Evercade EXP. It comes with exclusives that were not included in the regular retail version, and that entire shipment got stolen. And I was almost afraid that it happened again here, because this had been sitting in customs for over a week without moving, and then inexplicably it cleared customs and was set for delivery, and it just came today. So I really don't know what to expect at this point after going through this process for so long. I mean, obviously I'm happy that I finally have it, but I'm also just kind of perplexed that this whole thing ever happened to begin with, that it got stolen, that they had to, in their own words, get an entire new print run made. And here it is, along with a note, which I assume is going to be their promised coupon for a rebate on a future order. And they said they were going to throw in a screen protector for everybody's time and trouble for having to wait for a brand new issue to be made, which I'm sure is nice. And I believe in the box will actually be a carrying case. Let's open this envelope first and see what the coupon is. There was also a sticker inside of the envelope. I'm showing you that as a still frame. If you're seeing a jump cut right now, it's because there was an exclusive code on there that I'm not going to share. It's mine alone to use if and when I so choose to use it, but given that they ship via Royal Mail and customs seems to hold on to things forever when they do, who knows if I'll be ordering again, especially after what it took to get this in the first place. I mean, it's not their fault the shipment got stolen, or maybe it is because they didn't consider security for moving an entire print run of a limited edition exclusive console, and that someone might target it. I guess that depends on how you look at it. The thieves are ultimately to blame, but maybe some better precautions could have been taken. Should be able to peel it off the rest of the way now that I've got it started, so we shall endeavor to continue on camera. I mean, it's not surprising that the box has a couple of crease marks in it after all this trouble getting here in the first place, but what are you gonna do? I mean, it doesn't look dented or torn so far. And I know the box is really not the most important thing out of this whole thing. The system and the games are what really matters the most. I can just pull the slipcover off. And maybe in that respect, it's not so bad if the slipcover is dented, because the actual box is not. So perhaps looked at that way, I was making a mountain out of a molehill. Okay. Here's a certificate of authenticity for the Hero Edition, which, if you see my name in the firmware as Steve, Mr. MegaManFan, that's because they told us you could request to be included in the credits for having to go through all of this, waiting so long for the system to finally get shipped out. So on this top layer, we have IRAM Arcade Collection 1. Which has R-Type, Moon Patrol, Battle Chopper, etc., etc. And underneath we have Toll Plan Arcade 1, along with a R-Type poster. So far I'm digging the contents. It's definitely packaged well. I know somebody will be very happy to see that Snow Bros is included. I believe that would be Mad Little Pixel. He's a big fan of that game and game series. We have a Capcom envelope of some kind. Now this I'm probably going to need to open a little more carefully because it looks like I could break that seal, so impressed with my own ability. I managed to not tear that while I was peeling it up. Well, if your name is Mr. MegaManFan, you're definitely happy to see that. That is beautiful to see. You're gonna notice another jump cut because there was another discount code that's exclusive to the people who had to wait this long, so sorry about that. And there was another poster underneath there, one for Street Fighter 2. This is a very nice case. I won't dispute that. This will be a good way to transport the Evercade EXP. The standard edition did not come with anything of the sort. Simultaneously bigger and smaller than I thought it would be. Oh, there was also a boot instruction card tucked away underneath it. Charging boot up, low battery. Okay. Quick start guide. All right, you know what? Let's, I think I'll use the included cable. I think I will just use a USB cable I have handy. And the orange light just came on to show that it's charging. And let's see if I can get it to boot up. Oh well, first we got an EULA, or End User License Agreement. Want to put this in slow-mo, you can read the whole thing, but I'm just going to accept it. And I'm going to accept the update, which will hopefully include the firmware that thanks all the heroes. I don't consider myself a hero, but I am a person who gave them money and waited somewhat impatiently for this to finally come. I probably gave them a little more grief about things that were out of their control, like international shipping and customs, than was strictly necessary, and if so, I owe them an apology for that. Sorry, my bad. It's just frustrating when you see something just sitting in a shipping warehouse for days, and then it finally leaves the United Kingdom and arrives here and sits in a United States Customs processing facility for multiple days. It feels like there's got to be a better way, especially when something gets called expedited shipping. Watching something travel that slowly for weeks does not feel expedited in any way. It is very pretty looking limited edition though. The standard edition is just plain white, whereas this one has a really nice, deep, rich black color with some purplish accent, maybe a little bit. It definitely feels more stylish, for lack of a better term. I assume it's installing the firmware, rebooting, doing something here. I hear sound. Oh, I just saw it flash. It's doing something. Okay. I still maintain that whether it's the Evercade Versus, or the Evercade EXP, when you see a screen like this, it feels both unnatural and unnerving. It looks like you're seeing a process that should have been invisible to you as the end user. Like, do I need to know that it's got trust to write firmware? Do I need to know that it checked a parameter? Do I need to know it had root FS access? I mean, why did I need to know that? Why couldn't it have just been a percentage of completion, like 10% complete, 40% complete, 100% complete, rebooting now? I guess I'm thinking of it more like a PlayStation or a Nintendo instead of Evercade. I just have to accept everybody does things differently. No cartridge inserted, but that's okay because both the standard edition and this edition come with the Capcom collection, as you can see. And there are hidden games you can unlock with a certain key combination. Those key combinations have been well recorded, so I don't need to delve into them right here and right now. But what I do need to find is the credits and see if the quote-unquote heroes have been thanked. Security engineer for the Wi-Fi and the firmware, but maybe get a security engineer for the distribution and shipping. Okay. And oh. Okay, maybe they haven't put the heroes in the firmware yet, because I'm hearing music, but I'm not seeing anything. Unless there's another section, maybe it's under system. It's not there. No. Let's see if I can get the display to stay on longer, because it seems to time out pretty quick. Screen dimming, okay. Off. Maybe I'll just turn it off. Scan lines, off. Okay. All right, what more can I say? This is the Evercade EXP limited edition unboxing. I'm Mr. MegaManFan, and thanks Funstock, thanks Blaze, thanks Evercade. I'm glad I finally have it.